Hello, welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day whenever you've decided to click on this video. Welcome to the start of another weekly vlog. I am super excited to be here with you today. It is around 4 p.m. on Monday. I filmed this clip earlier today, but you know what? It was not very interesting. And is this re-record going to be like so thrilling? You bet your ass it is. It is a busy week. It is an exciting week. I have a lot of stuff to do and I just reworked my schedule actually. I think we're going to be getting some reading done in this here video, which I'm excited about. Previously, I didn't know if that was actually going to happen because I have so much reading to do for a couple of other videos that I'm working on, which I feel like is always the case. Every time I start these vlogs, I'm like, I'm so busy, which is true, but I'm gonna make time to read and it's gonna be something fun, something indulgent in this video. What it's gonna be, I don't know. We'll figure that out. So what does the week ahead look like, you might ask? Tomorrow, I have to go and get my blood drawn for I think it's a CMV test to see if I have some sort of virus for like the IVF process. Then on Wednesday, I get to do a mock transfer / saline sonogram, which, you know, a little bit nervous for. I think it'll be okay. I think I already mentioned I've had an IUD inserted before, so like I think I could probably handle this, but having anyone rooting around in your downstairs doesn't really sound like something I'm super jazzed for. It doesn't really sound like, you know, my idea of a thrilling 10 a.m., but you know, such is life. I think that's like the last thing physically that I have to go through before we start an actual IVF cycle next month. So just get through Tuesday and Wednesday. All will be golden. Thursday, I have to bring both of the kittens to the vet to get some more immunizations. I think they have the second like FVRCP vaccine or something like that. So that should be thrilling. And then the rest of the week is mostly just chill. Friday, Hayden and I are both going to take the day off and just like hang out, which I'm really looking forward to. A lot of like excess vacation days that we're trying to use up before the end of the year. So we're going to take Friday off. And then Saturday, we're going to Houston for a birthday celebration. So there's a lot going on. And in the midst of all of that, I need to be reading for a couple of different videos. The videos I'm working on this week, if you are curious, are a KU vlog for December. I'm also working on an I Read 5 video where I read the 5 like prettiest romance book covers that I don't know, I think I'm butchering the title name for that one, but that one will be posted I think before this vlog, so you've probably already seen that one. And then I'm also doing a reread, I don't want to go get it, of Red, White, and Royal Blue, which I'm super hyped about. The movie comes out on Friday. Actually, that's probably part of how I'm going to be spending my day off. Ooh, watching Red, White, and Royal Blue. I'm hyped. Is it Friday? It's either Friday or Thursday. Either way, we're going to be watching that expeditiously. I'll let you know like my brief thoughts and feelings in this video, but if you want my full thoughts and feelings and like a vlog reread, it's over on Patreon. It's where everything is. That's where all the party is. Speaking of Patreon, I just remembered we also have a DBBC hangout tomorrow, which is usually where Hayden and I like hang out. He cooks for us and we like, you know, just hang out with all the patrons, which is obviously our favorite. So lots of videos, lots of things to take care of. And I'm going to find something fun for us to read for this video though. I know last week I finished off the books for the list video that I also need to film on Friday. Look at me, just like putting things into place and trying to figure things out and schedule things ahead of time. Wow, that girl is really booking it on that scooter. You know, there's something to be said about living in the suburbs. There's always something wild going on outside your windows. I'm gonna find something fun for us to read. I think it's gonna be a romance because I have not read romance in a second. I'll be getting that from like other videos too, but when has that ever stopped me? What is gonna stop me is this meeting I actually have to get to, but I'll be back later today to update you and show you my dinner. I think I'm having carbonara. Hello friends, happy Tuesday. I just got back from my blood draw, which was both better and worse than last time. It was only one vial, which was really tight. And then on the other hand, she ended up like scraping my skin with the needle. And now I'm like really bruised and I have like a cut on my arm, which I'm not super jazzed about. I don't know. I don't want to say bad vibes from this person, but like she just didn't seem maybe as experienced as the last person. The last person I had was fucking awesome. I had like no bruising, nothing afterwards. She tried her best and we got the vial, so all done, all okay. Obviously took a lot less time too than last time, so that's good. Tomorrow again we've got that saline sonogram, which like now I like can focus my attention on panicking for that rather than panicking for a blood draw. So happy fucking Tuesday to me. I am here to put some makeup on. I actually just applied a new sunscreen. I am potentially working with a skincare brand this month or next month. I want to try out their products before I like agree to actually work with them, but so far I'm actually kind of impressed. The sunscreen, it's like a daily moisturizer that's like customized to me, and it is a physical sunscreen in the moisturizer, which is really cool. I was kind of surprised to see that. I thought it would be a chemical one, but it's zinc oxide, which is kind of cool. So anyway, I also wanted to do my makeup with you because I got a couple of new makeup products. I say got a couple of new ones. I actually purchased these makeup products like a couple of weeks ago at Target, but Hayden mistakenly put the Target bag that these were in with the other like big bag of Target bags, you know what I mean? Everybody's got a bag full of bags, and I guess he didn't realize there was stuff in those bags. So I retrieved those makeup products. I was asking him too, I was like, do you know what happened to these? Like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. And sure enough, they were where I thought that they were, in the bag of bags. I'm excited because I tried these yesterday on camera. I was actually like trying to film my opening clip, I'm pretty sure, trying out these makeup products, and I was just babbling, as I tend to do when I do my makeup. So today's no different, but at least I can show you those makeup products because I'm actually kind of impressed with them. I'll just show you what they are. They're the e.l.f. Halo Glow products. I was kind of surprised I was able to find them at my local Target. I think literally the only reason is because they are renovating my Target, and so no one really knows where the hell anything is, and I got to these before they were sold out. Makeup's going on well over this sunscreen, which is awesome. I was kind of worried about it since it is a physical sunscreen, and I feel like my thicker sunscreens I've been using lately, or physical sunscreens, just have not been as nice under my foundations. This is looking pretty good. And I like that it's a little bit glowy too. It's like leaving a slight dewiness to the skin, but not a stickiness. So that's nice. But anyway, just popping in to talk to you also about books. Yes, book is probably more accurate, but I started a Julia Quinn book last night. I was just sort of in that sort of mood, and also it's for list video. I keep saying that like I'm not gonna do you know, reading for list videos in this video, or at least like I just finished reading for one list video. It looks like I'm starting another like reading for list videos, although these are all romances, so it should be more enjoyable. But reading first comes Scandal, which is a precursor, I guess, to the Bridgerton books. It follows, this one at least, follows the sister of Violet Bridgerton, and Violet is the mother of all of the Bridgerton siblings in like the actual Bridgerton series. So I guess this is their aunt, yeah. Georgiana, and it's an interesting premise. I can't say it's like the most original, but it's definitely not the least original historical romance I've ever read. Let me just tell you what it's about. So it's about our two main characters, Georgiana and, is it Nicholas? At the beginning of the book, he is called home from, I think it's like Eton or something like that. I don't know how old this man is, but he's called home by his parents as if there's some sort of emergency. He's wondering if someone died, like what's going on. And when he's called home, his dad basically insists that he needs to marry the ruined Georgiana Bridgerton because she was essentially kidnapped by a guy. She's been on the shelf for a while, or like no one wants to be with her because she's kind of average looking. I don't know. She gets basically kidnapped by a guy, and he's like, I'm gonna take you to Scotland and we are going to be wed. She manages to like get away, but obviously her reputation and I guess virginity is sullied. I mean, she's still a virgin, I'm pretty sure. Although it's kind of weird to be talking about this at all. Like, who cares about her virginity? But it's historical romance, you know? Tis what it is. Yeah, Nicholas is asked by his father to marry Georgiana because they are like family friends, and it's just important that she not fall into scandal. I don't know. I feel like the justification was something I wasn't really like totally tuned into when I was listening to the audiobook, but that's sort of like the gist of it. And he is very reluctant to do this. He's upset because he's not in love with this woman. It just like isn't really what he's into or in for. He's a very like bookish guy. He's actually upset that his dad called him back because he was like in the middle of his midterms or finals or something like that. And he's just like pissed that he got called back for something that he considers trivial or like minor in the big scheme of things. And his dad's like, this is not trivial. This is not minor. You need to help out our friend. And he's always just kind of seen her as a sister because like, again, they're close family friends, but now he's seeing her in a whole new light, or at least he's kind of forced to. In the scene that I'm reading right now, he has gone to the family home of Georgiana. I can't remember if she's like a Bridgerton. No, she is a Bridgerton, right? Because she's like the aunt. I don't know. Anyway, they are at dinner, and he is basically seeing her in a new light and kind of like seeing her as a potential partner. At this point, he's like, agreed, I'm gonna go ahead and ask her to be my wife. I don't know that I love this premise. I'm gonna be 100% real with you. I kind of liked the idea of it, but I think it actually would have been better if it was like an enemies kind of to lovers situation. Like, he wasn't excited about the prospect because, you know, he's always like kind of disliked her or something. I think that that would be a more compelling thing than I didn't even know that you really like, it's not that he didn't know that she existed. You know, I never saw you as a potential partner until today. Like, I don't really like that sort of premise. And here's the thing, it's not like she's had a crush on him forever or anything, so it's not like she fell first. I hate girl falls first books. I think they're the worst. I think men should always fall first. I think men should be obsessed with women. I just think that's how it should be. Anyway, it's definitely not that situation, but it's also not a situation where like she is obsessed with him, so I guess that's nice, but I don't know, y'all. I'm like not super into it. And I also think that Nicholas's character is just kind of dull. Like, he's not the worst hero ever. He's definitely not a dick. And, you know, I do think he raises like good questions. Also, I'm like trying to contour around my zit. I don't know if you can see her, but Love that. Nicholas, he's not the worst, but he's also just like not a very compelling or interesting character. Like, sure, he raises sort of like moral questions to his dad about like, should I be marrying someone that I'm not in love with? Don't really want a wife right now, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just like not very impressed with his character as a whole. I just think he's kind of meh. Like, I'm not really like rooting for him and his romance, if you will. So anyway, that was super quick and easy. I don't know, does my forehead look dirty? I feel like I'm looking kind of cute. The blush is really fun too. This is the blush in Rose You Slay, and the contour is Fair Light. It's very gray, which I like, but it's not so gray that you can't use it as sort of like a combo bronzer contour, so love that. The blush, I like. The only thing I don't like about the blush is that it's a little too shimmery for me, so I think it kind of takes off some of my foundation, which I don't really like seeing the discoloration, freckling on my cheeks. I mean, that is really pretty. I don't know, y'all. She's cute. I really do like these two products. They're just so easy. And I was curious as to like, you know, how they would apply and if I would actually enjoy this. And it's pretty good. Also, I think it's a little less messy than the Charlotte Tilbury. And I actually didn't have any luck when I tried the Charlotte Tilbury versions of these products. So shout out to e.l.f. for like constantly raising the bar. She worked. She looks fun. She actually looks better than yesterday. So it might just be like the combo for the ages. These two. I should have gotten the highlighter. I was like, I don't know if I need it. And now I'm like, yeah, I definitely do. These are fun and they're small. Like, I feel like these would be so easy to travel with. That's really it for me. I'm going to continue to do my makeup. I'm actually going to film a clip for the Red, White, and Royal Blue video that I'm doing. And I will be back with y'all later. Maybe I'll show you lunch or dinner or something. Maybe you can hang out with us during DBBC hangout time. But I'm going to be reading more of this book, obviously. And I'll let you know if it improves. Because right now, she's kind of boring.
The lighting is wondrous. I know I told y'all that I would show you what we're eating today, and so I am. It's Oreo ice cream with Biscoff. Because what does cookie ice cream need to mix in with? But more cookie. Maybe you can tell from the cups. I indulged in a little Mickey D's. Hayden had Wendy's. We couldn't decide on fast food to eat together, but we knew we needed a little bit of ice cream after our sprints. Sprints were great, by the way. Not even sprints, DBBC hangout.
Get right.
I know.
How am I supposed to talk with ice cream in my mouth?
That's a very good question. I mostly just wanted to pop in and say, hey, I have listened to a little bit more of my book, but not a substantial amount, sadly. I've been reading Red, White, and Royal Blue because A Bitch Is Nothing, not a contemporary romance rom-com love and hoe. A bitch is nothing but a hoe is really what that just came out to. Feels right.
Bitch is nothing but a hoe. Yeah, because here's the thing, like, I'm not gonna wait to eat my ice cream.
No.
You know? But also, I can't really talk with ice cream in my mouth, so it's just like, it's just so sad that I just like can't talk that much.
We're all really torn up.
Well, I know.
Hello, my friends. Happy Wednesday. I got back from my saline sonogram just a little while ago, and I wanted to just like pop in and let you know how that went and just let you know, I guess, how I am feeling. Infertility. Timestamp, here we go. Honestly, this has been kind of like a hard week on me emotionally for like a whole bunch of different reasons, but honestly, I just go back and forth so often, and it's interesting like watching back my feelings. I feel like I've been very honest with my feelings in the moment all of the time, but I don't think that that is necessarily like the whole picture, and I want to make it clear that like just because I've been like fairly upbeat for most of this, besides like that first initial Q&A where I was telling you I had to do this, I feel like I've been very upbeat, and while that is my reality, like I would say most of the time, that doesn't mean that I'm not sad and that I'm not like emotionally going through things too. And I think that's kind of been challenging for me, is this like constant tightrope walk of trying to like truck on and trying to just like be excited about this process and also kind of mourn the loss of like what I thought my life was going to look like at this age and mourn the loss of like what I thought getting pregnant would entail. No one really wants to do this, let's be real. I think people are grateful that the technology exists, but I don't think a lot of people are like lining up on the streets like excited to, you know, inject themselves with needles. I think most people would prefer to do it the old-fashioned way. And yeah, sometimes you just have to acknowledge it sucks. And it's interesting to me too, like the things that have made me emotional lately. It's weird, like I can see hundreds of people's like posts on Facebook. Like I am friends with a bunch of like former sorority sisters on my Facebook, and everybody's pregnant right now, and for some reason like that doesn't bug me at all. Like it doesn't even like cross my mind as like, oh, this is unfair. But then every once in a while it'll be like someone that's fairly close to you or that you have a relationship with, and you find out they're pregnant, and it just sucks. It's not that you're not happy for them, but it just like sucks to know that like that is not going to be your reality. It's not like gonna be this fun surprise thing, and like all of the emotions that kind of go along with that. Also like the well-meaning but like kind of unnecessary comments that you get from people people like on YouTube or in Instagram DMs or even from family, it's just hard because no one really knows what you're going through. Even if you know someone who's going through IVF at the same time you are, they're not going through the exact same thing you are. You know, everybody's experiences are so different. So it can feel a little isolating. It can feel a little emotional. I'm so grateful for Hayden though. Like he has been obviously amazing and like is always there when I need to talk about things. But yeah, I think this week has been weird. I'm like excited because this saline sonogram was like kind of the last thing that I needed to be able to like do a round of IVF, which is nuts to me. But also there's like a sadness that goes along with like knowing that this is something that I have to do. Not to be like a downer, but like also this is just reality. And I think I want to acknowledge all of my reality and like acknowledge all of the things that I'm feeling, because otherwise it feels a little disingenuous. I'm feeling weird, but let's talk about the saline sonogram because it actually went really well. I didn't know what to expect. I was actually curious because I feel like I've said this in like 3 videos in a row and I'm sick of hearing myself say it, but I have had an IUD inserted. I know what that process is like. I know what it feels like. That is like the only thing that I've ever had where something has gone through my cervix. So that is kind of the only thing that I had to compare this to. A saline sonogram / mock transfer. I don't know if there's like a major difference. Essentially what happens is they thread a small catheter, very, very tiny, like flexible tube into your uterus. She used it initially to like measure the length of my uterus, which is apparently normal, the length and shape of my uterus, which is 2 thumbs up cool. And then you insert saline through that catheter and it kind of fills up the uterus so they can kind of see all of the things kind of going on in there, see if there's any scar tissue, polyps, whatever. Thankfully, nothing was found in my uterus, which is really cool. I didn't think there would be, but obviously it feels like nice to know that things are going pretty well. Obviously that can change at any time too because those things are constantly changing, but it was not terrible. It was a little crampy and a little uncomfortable. Honestly, the speculum was more uncomfortable than the catheter itself. I don't know what kind of speculum they were using, but it felt like a tuna can. I'm gonna be real with you. It was not like my most favorite feeling, but it was over very quickly. I'm glad that we did it because obviously you want to have the best chances possible if you do an embryo transfer. Like you want that cavity to be, I don't want to say pristine, that sounds kind of gross, but you know what I mean. You want it to be in good shape and receptive to an embryo. So I mean it went well, but yeah, literally right after that I like posted about it on Instagram. I think I've been feeling, it feels cathartic I guess to like share things, and that's why I'm doing it in the first place. Like I want it for my records, but also it feels cathartic. And I posted about it. Most people didn't reply. I had a couple of replies, and then one reply that I was just kind of like, why would you say that to someone? Basically, glad it went well. Something tells me this isn't going to be the most painful thing you have to go through. Why would you say that out loud? Like, why would you say that? Even if it was well-meaning, I don't know. I just didn't appreciate that. And then got a comment from someone in my real life today that kind of upset me. Nothing like major. It wasn't intentionally hurtful, but I was just like, okay, cool. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of in a weird place emotionally. Like I said, I go back and forth between being excited, like, oh my god, we're gonna get to do IVF. Also like, why am I getting excited for this? We're doing IVF. That's sort of like where I'm at. I'm in a weird mood too. I think I like just finished Red, White, and Royal Blue for my Patreon. Obviously this is fantastic, but it makes me like a little bit sad and a little bit happy when I finish this, whenever I read it, because, you know, the idea of Texas going blue just gets me. It gets me emotional sometimes, but I don't know what I want to do for the rest of the day, like what's gonna make me feel good. I just don't know. I really don't know. And I feel like this vlog has not been exciting, but like, that's life. That's my life this week. I mean, I have like things to do, but none of those are like really fun things. I'm hoping that Saturday goes well. I don't know. I guess I look forward to family events because I obviously love seeing family. It's also challenging when you're going through a hard time and you don't necessarily want to talk about it, or you, kind of like worry how, like what kind of questions people are going to ask, like well-meaning or not. So just kind of in a weird headspace. Trying not to overthink things, but as you may have guessed after watching a few of these vlogs, I'm an overthinker. So do desperately fucking need to read though. Like I was supposed to post a video on Wednesday. It's actually gonna go up on Friday, and I still haven't read a single book for it. So maybe I could feel better by sitting in bed with this saline leaking out of me, reading something for that video. I honestly know, I know that if I actually did what I was supposed to do for videos, I would feel good. I'd feel accomplished. I mentioned it, I think a couple of videos ago, but I have discontinued use of a psychiatric medication, and I just don't know if it was the right move or not. I'm very conflicted about it because on the one hand, like I was experiencing some things that normally is assigned to go off of that medication. Now I feel like I'm experiencing things that make me feel like maybe I should have stayed on it. I don't know. The anxiety and the lack of desire to do things has been a little tough, and I'm like, do I need to get back on it? I don't know. I did actually schedule a call with my therapist for next week, which should be good and hopefully like will help guide me through some of my emotions and kind of figure out what I should be doing, especially now that I am actively pursuing pregnancy. In the past, when I've talked to my therapist, we try medication, and if it isn't compatible with pregnancy, it's not a big deal because I wasn't in the past actively pursuing it, but now that I am, things to consider. Hopefully that goes well. I also needed to do that too because that's like one of the requirements of using donor materials is getting a psych evaluation from a professional. Yeah, I'm doing that, and I'm like obviously talking about my big emotions. I need to start going more regularly to my therapist. I didn't stop going, but it's just so expensive. expensive. So like going regularly is kind of hard, but I'm trying to prioritize that and start budgeting for that because I think that would honestly probably really help. So this was like such an exciting update, so fun, but I'm glad that I get to share my big feelings and big emotions with you and that you're just here for the ride. I'll update you later. Maybe I'll show you what we're having for dinner. We for sure are having dinner at home tonight. I'm making freaking positive. While McDonald's was great last night, we also had a Whataburger breakfast because Hayden insisted. He's been in like a breakfast mood recently, which is not normally like him. That means that I don't get any homemade lunch today. So I'm insisting on homemade dinner, okay? I want some quesadillas. We'll see if it happens. Hello friends, happy Thursday. Oh, goodness, I don't even know where to begin. I didn't really do anything for the rest of yesterday, if that was not abundantly clear by the fact that there's no other clips from yesterday. I just gave myself the grace and the self-care love that I needed. I watched a little bit of Heartstopper. I did go get some spicy buffalo chicken tenders with Hayden from like a local place. It was really, really good. Definitely like what the doctor ordered. Actually, maybe not because I felt like shit afterwards, but it's what my heart needed. So I'm like glad that I did that. I don't know. I have been struggling, I think. I've told y'all last week, I'm telling you this week, that my mental health is just fucked up and I don't know what's up. I mean, I kind of do. I discontinued that medication, but it's like been a while and it's only been like a week of me feeling like this. So I think it really might just be not feeling like I have a lot of control over my life and just like letting that permeate everything. I don't know. I'm not really here to like psychologize. I'm not here to do that today. I'm just not in the mood. Just haven't been in the mood to read. And that has been kind of bumming me out, which sucks because obviously I am a book channel and I want to be able to post both these videos, which are much more lifestyle focused, and also reading videos. Like my goal is to do one of each week. And for the past 2 weeks, like that's just not happening. I feel guilty because I feel like I keep posting these videos, like these vlogs back to back. And I know some of y'all are just like, whatever, like it's fine. And that's how I am whenever I watch like creators that I really love. But also I don't feel great about that because I know that there are people out there who like just want the book stuff, and that's fine too. A lot of people didn't sign up to watch like lifestyle content for me, so I totally get it. And yeah, it's just been making me kind of sad. That's the content too that like, I don't want to say fills me up because like this is important stuff to me too, but like I think I need both to be happy. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think I've not been feeling super happy because I haven't been motivated to read, therefore not being able to make that content, therefore making me feel like shit, and it's just sort of like this endless cycle. I don't know. I'm hoping to get out of that soon. I am actually going to get out of something else in a second. These clothes. Okay, that was a fucking terrible transition, but you know what? That's what I'm here for. I am actually about to go to a Pilates class. I signed up for this one at the beginning of the week and didn't think I would get off of the wait list in time, but I did, which is so exciting. Honestly, I think that is going to have such an impact on my mental health if I continue to go regularly, because the couple of classes I've gone to so far, y'all, I just love it. It like centers my brain without being corny. Like we're not talking about like mindfulness in the classes. It's not like a really like spiritual yoga session or anything, but just the way that the class is laid out, just everything that you do, it like centers my body. I feel really good afterwards. I get sore, but in a nice way. Mental health feels good after it. It's just, I really think that I should have been doing this like a long time ago. And I'm glad that I'm finally able to do it. I'm also excited because I bought a new workout set for this class. It's kind of tough because I feel like I bought so many like sports bra and matching short sets for like doing my hot girl walks at home on the treadmill, but like I don't feel totally comfortable wearing that little clothing in public. Not that there's anything wrong with it, I just don't personally feel comfortable. And so it's like I have all of these matching sets that are super cute. I kind of want to wear like a slightly longer like cropped tank and then leggings for these classes. You need like tighter clothing when you do Pilates so they can really see your form and like if your back is like touching the reformer or not. So anyway, I bought a hot pink set, which I'm obsessed with. I think it's so cute. You're looking at it right now, the B-roll moment. And honestly, like I'm just actually very pleased with the material of this fit. I would say somewhere in between the like airy chill collection or whatever. I'm not entirely sure what they call that, but like they're cross-waist leggings. It kind of feels like a mix between that and then a Lululemon Align. I feel like too many things are compared to Lululemon Aligns and nothing is really a dupe, but this I think is as close to a dupe as I've ever found. I really like the leggings. I really like the tank. I'm probably gonna buy more in different colors. I know. I think like total, I paid paid $64 for both together, which is cheaper than one pair of Lulu leggings. So I felt like it was actually a pretty good deal. And I will probably be indulging in more in the future. I think I'm gonna try a different length though of legging and then also a different tank just to like experiment. I got the top in a large. I don't really like super compressive tops personally, especially if I'm not doing intense cardio. So I got a large in the top. I'm normally medium. And I got the leggings in a medium, and frankly, I could probably fit in a small. They are very like stretchy, roomy, whatever. So I definitely say like stick to your actual size, don't size up. Normally I like size up in Amazon activewear, but don't size up in the leggings. The only thing I don't like about the leggings is that there is a seam in the center near the crotchal region. To be quite honest, regardless of if there's a seam or not, she's prone to camel. It's gonna happen anyway for me, so I really just don't care that much. Overall, happy with the set. So I'm gonna get more sets and let you know. There's also another set that I really like that I don't have B-roll footage of me wearing because like the clothes are in the dirty clothes right now. From Camo Fitness, the pink set's from CRZ Yoga, but I also have a set from Camo that I really like, K-A-M-O. I'll leave it linked in the description down below. Very similar tank top, but the leggings are flat front. There's no seam. They just have like fewer color options. So anyway, I love a good Amazon activewear moment, you know? I really do. Especially like as my body like changes throughout the years. I don't like having to spend $1 million on leggings when like who knows if I'll fit them in a year. So yeah, I have Pilates today. I have cute sets that I'm gonna be wearing. Other things. Oh, Hayden has a show tonight, which has not happened in a long time. I will not be going because it's gonna be way too late for me personally, but that means that I have to fend for myself for dinner. I also, I thought someone had a toy, but they're just wrestling behind me. I'm not going to the show because it's too late, but that means I have to fend for myself for dinner. And I also have a couple of things that I want to do when I'm out. I need to stop by Target to get some vitamin D pills and some cat litter. Literally every time I'm at Target, I get cat litter because I just always need it. It's just always a necessity in my house. And then I also am gonna pop into Marshall's again. I love my laundry basket that I got on Amazon. It's this kind of like rope woven thing. One of the kittens got a little bit of poop on it and it's not washable. I went ahead and tossed that. It was just like unsalvageable, frankly, and I am gonna go ahead and buy a like wicker basket, which is kind of what I wanted in the first place. Fingers crossed that Marshall's has something. Speaking of poop, what a segue, what a segue. I actually just got a text from Pickles' mama, his new mama. It just really like filled my heart. His new owner was asking if there was anything that she could do to mitigate runny poops in our sweet dear Pickles, which I like helped her out with, but it was just nice getting like an update and knowing that he's doing so well in his new home. Just like the updates she was giving me, I just like really was heartwarming. I have been like keeping in contact with her obviously, but I haven't heard from her in like, I would say a few weeks at this point, so it was really nice to get that update. Honestly, I have half a mind to like text her and ask her if I can go and visit since I'm going to Houston this weekend, but I actually don't know if we'll have time to pop in anyway. So anyway, that is mostly it for me. In terms of like book stuff, all I have really like not super been reading. Wow. I've not been reading a lot. I did finish Red, White, and Royal Blue. I actually just started God of Malice or something by Rena Kent. It looks like this. I feel like I kept seeing this on Goodreads/Amazon and the cover just really appealed to me. Something about like a broody boy with like a fat lower lip just really, it calls to me. And so I decided to pick this one up. Fucking doozy, you know? And I'm gonna get a little farther in it before I tell you all about it, but it is a dark romance. And in my mind, like the way that I'm reading it, it's kind of giving me like a little bit of Haunting Adeline. And then also sort of reminds me a little bit of like a book by Sophie Lark with not great writing. I don't know. It's a book and I'm reading it. I decided to pick it up yesterday when like nothing was hitting. I was like, maybe if I just throw my TBR to the wayside and try something new, I'll get far in something. And I mean, I think I got like 25% of the way in. I'll keep you posted. I'll probably do a haul when I get back and share my thoughts on that book. I'm gonna go watch them wrestle and I'm gonna go change into my cute little set.
This just in, Chandler is brilliant. Chandler is very smart. So I obviously mic'd us up for this experience because we're on the road. Now Hayden's busy focusing, so he won't be looking at us. But
What are you talking about?
I decided to bring these like little mini mics. I know that there's, you know, contention on whether or not we like the mini mics. And I've been curious as to why these things aren't charging. It comes in like a little case. Let me show you the case. Okay, so it goes in the little case, and I didn't realize that whoever decided to package these up put plastic on the bottom. I mean, I just took the plastic off of this one, and that's why they're not charging. But somehow, some way, we've managed to get some charge, and we're able to talk to you on this fine Saturday
Well,
afternoon.
I didn't know it was up in the air as to whether or not we like the mini mics. I like the mini mics.
I mean,
think that
here's the
they're
thing.
fun. I think that it gives you something to hold while you're talking.
That's true. I like the mini mic. I think the audio quality is just not to everyone's liking. When you hold the mini mic, I think that the audio quality is pretty good. Whenever it's like
Actual
lapelled to you,
lapels.
it's just not the best.
Yeah.
Also, my forehead's looking deliciously tan today. Yeah, we're en route to Conroe, Texas. We're having brisket. Is that what we're having?
Mm-hmm.
Hayden and I have come to the conclusion that today is just like
It's a pilgrimage for food.
yes, I was gonna say the pub crawl, but for food. We had McDonald's breakfast, which was ever delightful, and then brisket for lunch, probably Tex-Mex for dinner, because we're going to see my parents after we see Hayden's parents. I grabbed a different camera today, like a different vlog camera. She's doing her job. Debatable. I've been out of focus for any of this. Honestly, it's probably for the best. Very squinty too, because sun is getting me. Think of any exciting developments that we've seen?
Oh, either
this
that,
road trip.
either...
Oh.
Nah, yeah, we'll probably get Tex-Mex, because I don't really think that we'll go to the other place that's got the good seafood sandwich.
Oh my god. Okay, so there's a place called Local Foods in Houston, and I think they have a location in Austin. They have like a sandwich, I believe, that has like lobster and crab on it.
No, it's got like crab and shrimp.
Oh.
It's just like a seafood sandwich. I don't know. It's not like that.
It's
like,
not fancy, yeah.
It's just so good. It's not like fried seafood either.
It kind of
other stuff, and it's delicious.
It sort of looks like if tuna salad were good fish.
Felt more whole to me. It didn't really feel like super, like chopped up and like
yeah.
mixed up,
Like
but I could be misremembering.
Like
I've
you
only
could
had
tell...
it one time. It was just real good, and I think
You
about
only
it.
had it once?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've only had it once.
I guess
I
you
just
haven't
still
really
think
been
about
to
it.
Houston very much.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in the Tesla too, if that wasn't clear. That'll be part of the experience today on this road trip adventure, is charging it. Last time I went to Houston, my dad actually had a semi-electric car at one point, so he has a charger installed at his house, and whenever my sister and I went to Florida, he charged my car completely. We were gone, so I never had to deal with like charging on the road, but since we're going to multiple Houston locations in like opposite parts of Houston, my parents live in like inner city Houston, Hayden's parents live in Conroe, there will be charging involved in this experience. Fingers crossed it goes well. I'm like not worried, but I will say, like yesterday, we think that the charger at our house kind of overheated a little bit because it's so fucking hot here. So I'm wondering if we'll have that same experience on the road.
Yeah, I'm also curious to know how much of that was the fact that we were trying to charge the car all the way to 100%.
I mean, that could have been part of it.
I know that like the last chunk of it is actually like more difficult to charge than the rest of it.
Well, but that was the thing. It wasn't even half charged
Oh.
at that point. I think it was more like the amperage was an issue, is what I was looking up. Some people are saying if it's too hot outside, don't charge it to its like full capability. I think like the full capability on that charger was 48 amps or some shit. So I bumped it down to like 35.
Yeah, I noticed
And I think that helped a little bit.
I'm trying to pump more juice in.
More juice in, he says.
Yeah, that's how it works. The wall's just full of juice and it goes into the car.
Speaking of juice, 1 second. Hayden and I are constantly having this debate on whether or not it gets cool enough in here. I feel like if you're driving this car, it's kind of hot. If you're in the passenger seat, I'm always freezing with the AC on. So I had bumped the AC like all the way over to Hayden, and then I got hot. I feel good again. And it's a really delightful story and explanation for you.
Yesterday I was like sweating at like 10 in the morning, and Chandler's like trying to turn the AC down, and she's like, I'm freezing over here. I'm like, literally, I got out of the car and shirt was damp. It was like stuck to my back and like wet.
It's the price you have to pay to be in the Tessie. Also, fun. I posted about this on Instagram, but
Oh, crop circles.
oh hell yeah. My vanity plate came in. I don't know if I told y'all, but I ordered a vanity plate for my car, and I posted about it on Instagram, and so I'll extend the same courtesy to y'all if you like didn't see it, because you know those Instagram stories are only for like 24 hours. If you see me on the road, take a picture of my vanity plate and send it to me on Instagram. I will give you a few free months of Kindle Unlimited or an Amazon gift card. It might be worth keeping your eyes peeled for vanity plates. I won't tell you what the vanity plate is. That's part of the fun. Just like these bumps on the Texas roads are fun.
You know, honestly though, it's really not that bad. Like, have you been to other states?
Oh my god, yeah, actually.
It's so much worse.
No, Texas roads are like actually really good, but
Yeah.
not so great when I'm holding a selfie stick like
It's
3
like
feet away
the
from my body.
occasional bump, you know?
Yeah. Hayden likes to let his water bottle roll around my
No,
car.
I don't. I just got out of the car to get us food, and I just forgot to tuck it back into the seatbelt. I've actually never brought it into your car before, for that reason.
He decided to make the exception today on our road trip.
Yeah, because it's a really long road trip. I gotta have a drink.
Well, hello from Houston. We've had a successful day. Hayden had brisket for lunch, for his birthday lunch, and I hear that it was good. I do not eat. Is brisket beef?
Yeah, it's beef.
All right. Well, I don't eat beef, so I didn't eat the brisket. It smelled good though.
I love that you ask after.
I knew
You know,
it wasn't chicken.
you're like, oh, I don't eat it. Is
Well-
it beef? Oh yeah, I don't eat beef.
I knew it wasn't chicken. That's all I needed to know.
You eat pork though.
Not that kind of pork. I eat bacon and prosciutto. Not like,
Not like pork.
pork. Went to his parents' house. We had a good time. And we went to my parents' house. Unfortunately, my dad was a little bit ill, so we were not able to like go to dinner with them. But we did just have a delightful little car picnic of Shake Shack. By delightful, I mean it was a delight for Hayden, less so for me, but that's okay. I ate. Might not have served, but I ate.
I just loved the silence after I ate. I ate.
So I got a chicken sandwich like I normally do. The old Chicken Shack. It was pretty good. Actually, no, it wasn't. What am I saying? It was terrible. The chicken was like a rubber boot, kind of inedible. The cheese fries did indeed slap. The Oreo funnel cake shake, wouldn't recommend. Overall, a disappointing experience for me, but apparently Hayden said it was pretty good.
Me, yeah. I mean, I had a burger, and Shake Shack normally doesn't really disappoint on the burger. I was saying that my one complaint with Shake Shack, and they're not the only offenders, but they put the pickles on top of the burger instead of like on the bottom, which I think pickles belong on the bottom. I think anything slimy that could affect the structural integrity of a burger belongs underneath, because if it interacts with the cheese too much, then it slip slides around, you know? That's it. I had to talk to someone about this.
He tried to talk to my sister about it, and she kind of disagreed with him.
Well, no, she didn't disagree with me. She mostly said other places put it on top too, and I said that doesn't make it right.
Hayden, a man of the people. Well, we're headed to Waller, Texas to do a supercharge. We actually did a supercharge off of Louetta in Houston, which, fun fact, that's where I used to live growing up.
It was really weird.
It was
Neither of us
weird,
have
yeah.
been back there in like a long time, and it was actually like really close to where we used to live.
Like, Louetta's a huge road. I mean, most roads in Houston are fucking huge. And we just didn't know what part of Houston or like what part of Louetta it would take us to. It was literally right by my old house. And that was kind of cool, kind of weird too. Had a little Mickey D's. I did, because again, I didn't eat the brisket. For supercharge, it was actually like really chill. We stayed for more than 5 minutes.
Well, because like the map said that we only needed to stay for 5 minutes, but at the same time the map didn't know that we were going to drive back home afterwards. The map just thought that we were just trying to make it to her parents' house as a destination. So we gave it just a little bit more time than the required 5 minutes.
Really chill. I had no idea how the charging worked, because you pull up, and I knew that the charging wasn't free, but I didn't know how it would charge us, like if I needed to use the app or whatever. But it actually just like pulled up on the car. I don't know, Hayden grabbed the charger and like plugged it in, and then on the car screen it said like now charging, and it's like predicted how much it would cost as it was charging, which was kind of cool. I just didn't know what to expect from that.
It was really easy. It was very quick. Obviously, we were both just like, you know, hanging out in here. Like, if you wanted to, you could, you know, watch YouTube or Netflix or whatever if you wanted to while you're hanging out. So, all in all, not too bad.
And now we are headed again to Waller to do our like supercharging. Apparently, we only have to supercharge for 20 minutes, and then we can get all the way home on that. So that's kind of fascinating, and I'm curious to see how that goes. I also think it might be at the Buc-ee's, which if so, I might have to take y'all to the old bussies, you know?
Yeah.
The Texas tradition.
Alright, hello my friends, happy Sunday! It has been about a week since I last updated the vlog. I think the last thing that y'all saw was Hayden and I going to Red Ash for his birthday on Sunday. It was so good. We had such a good time. We tried a new appetizer that was like super melty cheese with bread. It was delightful. It was so good. We had a really good time. The following week has been really exciting too. Very excited for you to see next week's vlog, but I just wanted to round out the vlog, kind of tell you maybe a little bit about the books that I was reading here, and then also show you merch, because y'all, merch is live today. Let's start with books first. I didn't finish either of the books that I started in this video. I also very promptly yesterday ended up DNFing God of Malice by Rena Kent. The opening scene was very haunting Adeline. There was some like forced sexual activity that I personally wasn't a huge fan of, and then when the hero starts talking about sex and or like bodies and stuff, he talks about how much he wants to be a doctor because he's excited to root around in dead bodies, and he just likes insides and stuff, and I was like, yeah, that's a little too serial killer for me. I think that's a no. That's just like a no for me personally. I think I'm just like not into dark romance. I just think that that's not what I'm called to read, okay? So I think I'm good on that. A lot of people seem to like this one though. I don't know, it was weird because it was kind of like this two rival colleges right next to each other on this island in the UK kind of thing, which was like an intriguing premise, but then there's like the weird forced sex. I don't know, just not for me personally. Not to yuck your yum if this is your thing, but it just wasn't mine. So I still haven't finished the Julia Quinn book either because it was just not holding my attention. So it is what it is. Let's talk about merch. That's the more exciting thing. I actually made the merch live on Friday. I finished up the product listings for all of the items and I alerted my Patreon and I like kind of hinted about it on Instagram. But I wanted to just sit and kind of talk to y'all briefly about what was released, how long things are going to be available, and also kind of like sizing and things like that. Maybe that will be helpful. If you have any questions, obviously leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them as best I can. So 2 collections released on Friday. They are the Classics collection, which is a lot of the stuff that you've been seeing me wear over the past like few weeks and asking about. And then I also released my Falloween, so like fall Halloween collection, which is 4 pieces and they will be available until October 15th. Classics will be available indefinitely, kind of forever. And then the, like I said, Halloween stuff is available now until October 15th. And around October 15th or a little later, I'll be releasing a Christmas collection. It's like a Christmas wintry sort of collection. So everything is up on the site. I tried my best to let y'all know kind of how things were going to fit, what materials things are, or like what the actual garment is, because the like generic listings that they have on the site are just like, this is made of cotton, and I'm like, okay, yeah, but you would like to know, I think, that it's either a Comfort Colors or a Gildan or whatever, like the brand of the actual garment itself. So I tried to make sure that all of the listings have that information. I also tried to be pretty transparent about the sizing information, like how I personally wear things. For size reference, I am a true women's medium, size up to usually a large or an extra large for almost everything. I like things with an oversized fit. The sweatshirt I'm wearing right now is the I'd Rather Be Reading Romance sweatshirt. This is a Gildan sweatshirt, which is a true to size unisex sweatshirt, and I size up to an extra large because I like things to be a little bit roomier. The sizing for everything is dependent on what is available through my provider. I think some things go up to a 5X, some things only go up to a 2X. It just depends on the garment and also the color. Some garments have up to a like 5X in some colors but not in others, but this is, I would say, like true to size. I just like to size up once or twice for the roomy fit that I personally enjoy. And the Gildan sweatshirts definitely have more of a thick, plushy, traditional sweatshirt feeling. If you've never had a Gildan sweatshirt, they definitely feel just like your bog standard traditional be warm sweatshirt. They're hot in the summertime. I'm sweating right now. By contrast, I did 2, I believe, sweatshirts in this line. This is Independent Trading Company, and the fit on these is a little bit different, so I wanted to just point out the difference there. These fit a little bit more roomy, a little bit wider and a little bit longer than like a traditional unisex sweatshirt. I feel like you can tell, you know, a traditional sweatshirt has like a pretty tight band at the bottom. Do have a band at the bottom, but they don't really cinch in at all. It kind of ends up looking like it goes just straight down. There's no cinching at the waist. Some people like that, some people don't. I would say this is plushy on the inside, but it's much less hot and thick than a Gildan sweatshirt, so like depending on the time of year, this one might be better for you. This one definitely feels a little bit slouchier, a little bit roomier, and I like both, but they're just different experiences, and the Independent Trading Company sweatshirts are more expensive to produce. I'm not sure why, but that reflects in the price difference between the embroidered sweatshirts and the screen printed ones. But this is obviously the Dumb Bitch Book Club sweatshirt, which is available on the site. I did kind of want to show you briefly what the Halloween / like Halloween designs are. First up, we've got this screen printed t-shirt available in a bunch of different colors. It's Comfort Colors. Comfort Colors t-shirts are nicer than a Gildan t-shirt in my humble opinion. They're lightweight, but they hold up well to washing, and they just feel a lot softer and nicer. This one says, "Ghouls just want to read smut," which, you know. This one would look really pretty in the like graphite color. There's like a gray on the website that I really like. I ordered a lot of the bright colors for this collection, but almost everything that you're gonna see on the website comes in a billion different colors, so that's good to know. Another embroidered Gildan sweatshirt. This one says, "Add Witches, Read Books," and I really like this one in particular because it's got a little broom and stars on the sleeve. All of this information again is like available on the website. And this one I think I got in a large instead of an extra large, but love this one. My favorite from the whole collection is one that took a while for me to create, and it is Bookworm. It's got like a lot of little spooky little elements on each of the words, and then it's got a skeleton on the sleeve, which like I literally live for. And then the last one is more of like a fall t-shirt. I mean, it could be either, but it just says, I love fall, the most bookish season of all. It's got like a cat on books and just like little fall elements. So those are the fall items. 4 items in the fall collection, and then I believe there's like 13 in the classics collection. We've got a mug, we've got a bunch of different sweatshirts, t-shirts, some are embroidered, some are screen printed. All that information is on the website. I don't want to talk your ear off, but I'm very excited to share all of this with you. We had such a blast taking the pictures and stuff for the site and getting all of that done, and all of that like behind the scenes stuff is going to be in next week's vlog, as I was working on that over this past week. But I just wanted to release things out into the world as soon as possible, so that's why I'm updating you about them now. I think that's pretty much it in terms of the merch collection. Again, if you have any questions or asks or anything, let me know in the comments down below and I'll do my best to answer them. But I'm gonna leave the vlog here. Thanks so much, y'all, for spending the week with me. I know this vlog was like a little chaotic and a little all over the place, but I love y'all so much. Next week's vlog is much more fun, but I'll see you next time.